Smile, be, chat, join for networking.
Hi, my name's Peter Roper. I'm the family businessman, and I want to talk to you about family businesses. I want to talk to you about fridges and how to fill them, and why family businesses think fridges are absolutely the most important thing in the world. But before we start, let's just qualify what a family business is. How many people here believe they're a family business? Put your hands up. Fantastic. It's about 2/3 of you. Those of you that didn't put your hands up, stick your hands up now. Do you have a business of some sort? Do you have a partner of some sort that you talk to about business in any size, shape or form? No. A couple of you yes, a couple of you no. Do any of you deal with family businesses? Pretty much all of you in that case. So would it be useful either to help your own family business or to help you sell to family businesses? Would that be useful? See, the point is this: family businesses think, act and do differently. I'll say it again. Family businesses think, act and do differently. And I want to share with you very briefly how they think differently and how you then can work with them in a different way. Does that make sense? Yeah. This makes, yes? No? Okay, we'll see how we go. All right, but first of all, let's just talk about something that's really, really important that I know you'll need to think about, which is spaghetti bolognese. Okay, so what I want you to do, who cooks spaghetti bolognese? Okay, so start. How do you cook spaghetti bolognese?
Chop an onion. Chop
an onion, okay.
Fry it in a pan with some garlic.
Ah, so you use garlic. Okay, does everybody use garlic here? No, some people don't use garlic. What do you use instead? You use garlic, what do you use instead?
It depends on which herbs I've got in the garden at the time.
What sort of herbs?
Thyme, rosemary, parsley.
Thyme, rosemary, parsley. Okay. Oregano. Oh, you use oregano. Who doesn't use oregano? Okay, so all right. And what sort of meat do you use? Corn. Corn. Yeah, corn. Right, my grandkids can't stand corn. Okay. Who uses beef mince? Yeah. Who uses any other sort of mince?
Turkey mince.
Turkey mince. Lamb. Steak mince. Oh, expensive, huh? Okay. You're not a little shopper, are you? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't really go. Anyway. Okay. So, and anybody use a cooking sauce?
Mustard.
I use mustard. I haven't got secret ingredients yet. Who uses cooking sauce? Anybody? Oh, no. Come on, who uses a little basic Domio? Come on, admit it. All right. Okay, who's got secret ingredients?
Mustard is mine.
What's yours?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. I've heard that occasionally. Chocolate. Wow. Okay, you've got people thinking now, haven't you? Chocolate. Mustard.
Mustard, yeah.
What else?
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce, yeah. Well, as I'm from Worcestershire, it's got to happen, isn't it, really? Don't tell anybody I don't like it. Anyway. What?
Red wine.
Homegrown tomatoes.
Homegrown tomatoes, yeah, okay. Love. What you really mean then is wine, don't you? Or whatever happens to take your fancy. So, secret ingredient, we have a secret ingredient. Do you want to know what it is? Mm-hmm. Okay, so muscovado sugar. See, that's muscovado sugar, try it, especially if you've got a sweeter tooth, you see it fits in with it. Why am I sharing about spag bol with everybody? Well, you see, the thing is everybody knows spag bol, don't they? It's still rated as a top 3 UK dish. And yet all of you cook it a bit differently, don't you? That's the reality. But when you say, well, I have spag bol for tea, everybody has this picture of spag bol, but your spag bol and my spag bol could be quite different. Certainly my grandkids, absolutely, my granddaughter, she's 3, and she's just like her mum, who's now 30 or so. All right, and she acts the same as her mum when it comes to eating spag bol. She knows absolutely if somebody cooked corn with it, because she will do exactly like her mum did, which she goes, ugh! All right, because she knows what she likes, even at 3. She picks it up well with her hands and a bit of a spoon, you know, but just like her mum, all right? Hazel will be watching this will be fun. Anyway, there you go. We all know spag bol, but it's different. So when I say I'm Peter Roper, the family businessman providing business development for owner-managed and family businesses, everybody knows what business development is. They must do. I've been doing it for 35 years, something like that. But what I've found is that actually it's not always the same. It's a bit spag bolish. So what would you think business development would be?
Helping with targets.
Targets?
And progression.
Progression. What else? Come on, guys.
Support.
Growth, support, what else? I've got to come sooner or later. Sales. Anybody? Prospecting. I mean, you've got to say that. Well, you do. Yeah, absolutely.
Cash flow.
Cash flow. Anybody's going to talk about money in a minute?
Yeah, bottom line.
Bottom line, money, spondulix, various other words, cash, that funny stuff that's very, very useful. You see, the thing is spag bowl is an Italian peasant dish, and it's based on whatever they had available. And the truth is, for a lot of Italian people that had very little in the way of food, Mum would make whatever she could to make it work for the kids. Does that make sense? Yeah? Well, you know what? Family businesses are pretty much the same. Family businesses are all about filling the fridge, because most family businesses and owner-managed businesses all start the same way. They start by wanting to fill the fridge. Anybody ever here have an empty fridge? Right? I have. I'm honest enough to say there have been times in my life when I've looked at the fridge and gone, that's empty. You see, the people that start with family businesses invariably start to put food on the table for their family, most times, or for themselves or for those that are close. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, so it's about very basic stuff. And certainly family businesses and owner-managed businesses think very basically, but they do think, act and do in a slightly different way. And that's what I want to share with you very briefly. I've got 5 areas that I work with family businesses on. I've had 6 family businesses over the last 19, nearly 20 years now. 3 stunning successes and 3 fantastic failures. Which have I learned more from? Always, all right? Absolutely. So I'm not standing here saying, look at me, I'm wonderful, I'm the guru of family businesses. Now what I share is just tried, tested, practical stuff I've learned along the way that I found that works. And I share with clients, and those clients can be family businesses that want to move on in some form or another in that business development sphere, or I work with people who want to sell to family businesses because they recognise that they think, act and do differently. Family businesses are very loyal to their suppliers. Would you agree? Very rare do they change suppliers. I've had to let a supplier go recently, and I've agonised over it for months. It's the right decision, and I hate doing it because we like an extended family. We like the extended group of people we deal with. Yet we actually say they're our extended family. So to let somebody go or to let an employee go, we really don't like. It's not our way. So what's the 5 areas? Well, the 5 areas, I can't share all of those in a foresight. I just want to concentrate on 2. But the areas I concentrate on are reasons, reputation, results, people, and presentation. Working backwards, presentation is all about presenting a family business as a family business. You see, that's your differentiator. I believe family businesses rock. All right? They're the backbone of this country. Some of the biggest businesses in the world are family businesses. All right? They do think, act and do differently, but they absolutely rock. And the way that I believe presenting yourself as a family business is so much better than trying to pretend you're a corporate. You know, people will, you know, pretend with their business cards. You know what I mean? You meet somebody at a 4N meeting and they're trying to pretend they're a huge business. Well, actually, they work from home, and isn't that wonderful for them? So why not be honest and present it that way? Results. People always want results. Of course, people want more of something. You see, over here started a family business. I'll do a stereotype one. Over here's mum and dad. Dad starts a family business for some reason or another. In recent years, it's probably because he was employed and got the big E in some form or another. All of a sudden, bang, he lands. And you know what? The fridge is empty. Got to do something, so starts doing their own thing. Works with a partner, wife, or what have you. And all of a sudden, 20 years go by. And during these 20 years, these funny things called children appear. Who's got kids here? All men, keep your hands up if you're still a kid. Yeah, that'll be true. Okay? All right? Lego. I mean, a Lego room. How cool would a Lego room be, boys? Anyway, so the thing is, as those kids grow, guess what has to grow with them? The fridge. It gets a bigger and bigger fridge. Meanwhile, you're on this journey, aren't you, of being a family business, because you're being used to filling the fridge for those people that are most important to you, i.e. that person that's closest to you and the children. Does that make sense? And then over a period of time here, perhaps those kids come into the business. And then eventually you get to a point over here where you might say, ta-ra, which is what we were talking about earlier on today, and these kids may or may not take over what you've created. And therein lies all sorts of challenges. All right? So yes, everybody wants results, but there are 2 other things that are going on, and they are reputation and reasons. Reasons are the most powerful thing. If you patch into reasons for your own business, it's fantastic. If you patch into reasons for the clients you're working with, you've really got something. Reasons are very straightforward. Now, this is not about your feeling of being. It's not about your life's true purpose. That's perhaps something quite different. But reasons for starting the business were what over here? Fridge. To fill the fridge. It's that simple. It's not complicated. We want a full fridge. I can tell you now, it's the greatest thing in the world for me to see a full fridge. All right? It took me till 9 years ago to get honest with myself and understand it. I had a corporate career till 96. I left it. I had 200 people I was responsible for. We built a business from scratch in 5 years to a 75 million turnover. Fantastic. People say, oh, corporate's wonderful, but I left it. I left it at the age of 40 for one simple reason. That was my family. I'd had enough of corporate rubbish and I wanted to see my kids. So I went into running my own business because I thought it'd be easier. Boy, did I learn wrong. And I did very, very well. And I became an author. And on April 5th, 2006, I launched, together with my co-author, Andy Lepatra, a book called And Death Came Third, which is about speaking in public and networking. And on April 5th, 2006, it went into Amazon at 140 something. And during the morning, we were getting texts from lots of people. And on 12:36, on April the 5th, 2006, I became a best-selling author. That's when you cheer. Thank you. The next text was from my son, who said, Dad, I bought 3 books. Can I stop now? He and his wife live in New York now. He's still got them. And I said, I mean, really, son, honestly? And he said, yeah, they'll be worth something, but long, long after you pop your clogs down. I said, thanks for that. Cheers. And I was writing pretty well as a consultant. It was going well. But you know how some of us were talking earlier about how life does this with business, okay? 12 months later, just literally 12 months later, through a combination of overconfidence, stupidity, naivety and trusting, I walked into a county court in Worcester at 9:30. And at 10:35, I walked out personally bankrupted. I lost the lot. So the fancy cars, the Mercs and all went with it, the big houses in the country, all went. I walked down the road to meet my wife with a look on her face I never want to see again. And I had to start again. So I did. I started business again. We moved into a 2 up, 2 down. And I bought a 10-year-old Astra, which I called Rocky. Right? And eventually my daughter had that. Rocky was a great motor. I loved that car. And we started again. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I learned about fridges. What I learned was that my 3 grown-up kids came in to see me a couple of weeks later and looked at me and said, Dad, you're skint. We've had a quick whip round. Here's some cash. Go fill the fridge. So the big corporate man who'd done very well, the big consultant who'd done very well, was suddenly very, very humble and very, very stupid. And it took a while to get over that. But at that second, I realized the core value of family businesses, which was, it's about filling the fridge. Nothing else really matters. And nothing else mattered to me from that day to today and for future. It's my relationship with my wife and my kids is the only thing that matters to me. Nothing else actually matters. The fancy cars and all the rest of it, being a petrol head, that's all gone. Okay, we're doing all right these days, thank you. That was 9 years ago. And I don't want to stand here saying, look at me, oh, whoa, it was terrible. It wasn't. I know people have gone through way more rubbish than I've ever gone through, and it wasn't the easiest of times. But what I did do was learn the fact that filling the fridge is the most important thing. In other words, reasons. What's your reasons for filling the fridge? They're the ones that motivate you. They're the ones that drive you. And when I'm working with family businesses, I'll be working with mum and dad, and I'll say, okay, mum and dad, what's your reasons? And they'll say, well, it's when we started, we filled the fridge. And I say, fantastic, how long have you been doing that? 40 years. Okay, and you still filling the fridge for the kids? Yeah. They got their own fridge. Let them fill it. It's time. It's okay. Yeah, but nothing. You know what? And here's the challenge. All the way through here, from when you started to up over here, 10, 20, 30, 40 years later, there's one thing you cannot switch off. It's impossible. It's called being a mum or a dad. You can't switch it off no matter how hard you try. All right? And likewise, over here, they've grown up. They're about in the middle here somewhere. They can't switch off being a son or a daughter. It's impossible. So when you look at family businesses, I have a phrase which is family first, business second. Not everybody agrees with me, But I believe it's family first, business second. Now don't get me wrong, you absolutely treat the people you're dealing with correctly and properly in business. But you have to understand why the family are doing what they're doing. All right? So it's important you understand that. So the tip I would give to all of you, regardless whether you feel you're a family business of your own or not, is if you're dealing with family businesses, wouldn't it make sense that if you understood the reasons of the people you're dealing with, do you think you'd create a longer bond with those people? Do you think you'd have a longer relationship with those people? Do you think more business would come your way? Do you think more referrals would come your way if you understood why the son or the daughter were truly in that business? Or if the mum and dad are in the business? If you truly understood, wouldn't that make a difference? Most people don't do that. They just rock up and say, buy my product. Family businesses don't work that way. All right? They want to know about you. They want to know about your family. They want to know where you're going. They want to know more about you because of the whole networking thing of know, like and trust, etc. that we've been talking about all morning. The other key thing I want to give you is that one of those other 5 words, which is reputation. How important is reputation in business? Yeah? Very?
Yeah.
Scale of 1 low, 10 high, 10, everybody agree? Yeah. So you've all got a reputation plan, haven't you? Yeah. Of course you have. Written down a reputation plan. You know exactly what you're doing with the business in terms of reputation. Have you? No. No, most people haven't. We all say that it's very important. It's only when you think you've lost it do you treat reputation seriously. Do you think when I walked out of that court, maybe I thought a little bit about my reputation at that second? Because I thought it had gone. I thought it had completely gone down the pan at that second. And to me, I suddenly woke up about that as well. What's a reputation plan? Well, it's actually being sure you've got all your bases covered in terms of social media and blogs and Twitter and LinkedIn, etc., and that you are doing all the things you should be doing there. Some people say, I don't want to be on social media. Okay, well, I've got a belief, which is people are talking about you, whether they like it or not, whether you like it or not. So you better know about it, because they might say something not so good about you, which is, of course, what everybody's scared of. But what about if they say something great about you? You know? If you don't know about it, you're missing out. But here's the key for me. If you're dealing with a family business, you're dealing with their reputation. How important is reputation to a family business? On a scale of 1 to 10, it's 11, if such a thing exists. Because they're trusting you not just with the business, they're trusting you with the family reputation. And people who just rock up and sell to family businesses don't get it. They're too busy talking about, we do this, we do that. They're not interested. We are not interested. We want to know that, one, we know, like, and trust you, but trust the biggie. Do you understand that if you deal with us as a family business, you're dealing with our reputation of our mom, our dad, our son, our daughter, the grandkids. So don't screw up. Do you see how important that is? Most people don't get it. Now, the good news in terms of networking and 4N particularly is a lot of people do get that. They understand the 4N network is like a large family, isn't it? It's very clear it's a large family, which is absolutely something that, you know, I've always advocated. Some people look at you and go, well, no, business is hard. Well, that's corporate, right? Well, if you deal with corporate, you better think differently to what I'm suggesting, okay? But if you're dealing with family businesses, and I don't care how large the family business is, family businesses may get corporatized to a degree as they get bigger, but fundamentally they're still family businesses, and you need to understand it. Whether it's a one-man band or, you know, a client of mine, Western Side, of 220 employees, the current CEO is a woman that says one thing, which is, I'm just a custodian of this family business, Peter. I'm here for a period of time, and then others within the family will take it forward. That's a classic family business. But it doesn't matter whether you've got 220 employees or one person. It's still the same process. So for me, that's it. If you deal with family businesses, think about their reasons and understand why they are doing what they're doing. If they're doing that, you get to understand that, you will work with them for a long time. And just remember that you are absolutely dealing with their reputation. At the end of the day, it's all about their fridge. So my name's Peter Roper. I'm the family businessman. If I can help you in any way, just let me know. Thanks for listening.
Smile, be chat, join for networking.